Yesterday we studied in elasticity of demand, we studied introduction, concept, types of elasticity of demand. Okay, today we are going to analyze the methods of measuring price elasticity of demand, factors influencing the elasticity of demand, and importance of elasticity of demand. Out of which factors influencing elasticity of demand and importance of elasticity of demand is kept as a self-study part for you all. And from this you will be having internal examination. Moving ahead, do you all have any doubt? If you have doubt, if you have any queries, you can write down in the chat box. If we don't have, then we can proceed with this topic. Kindly reply in the chat box, students. If you don't have any doubt, kindly reply as no. Okay. And in participant list, you can even select cross, no. Muskan, we will have revision at the end of this session. Okay. Chalo, let's move ahead. There are total 3 methods of measuring price elasticity of demand. First one is ratio or percentage method. Second one is total expenditure method. It is also called as outlay method. Third one is point method or geometric method. First method is very simple. This method we are calculating right from this chart. Okay, ratio method is developed by Professor Marshall. You need to remember this name, okay, as it is very important. According to this method, elasticity of demand is measured. How elasticity of demand is measured? It is measured by dividing the percentage change in demand by percentage change in price. Okay, percentage method is also called as arithmetic method. Now this is the introduction part. After writing the introduction part, you need to write the formulas of it. Okay, next thing. Now what is the formula? As I already told you that ed, E will be capital, D will be small. This stands for elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in quantity demand upon percentage change in price. Then you have to write it symbolically. Okay, like percentage, for change we use delta, for quantity demand we use capital Q, completely divided by percentage change in P. P stands for price. As we will not be able to apply the variables directly into this formula, so we need to split this formula, because change in Q divided by what? By the original quantity. So afterwards we have to write mathematically the above formula can be presented as under ED is equal to del. After this particular part, you yourself are going to write it down. Okay, ED is equal to delta Q upon Q. Delta Q means change in quantity demanded upon original quantity, completely divided by change in price upon original price. As we cannot divide this particular this by this, that is why the end this division turns into multiplication, and right side equation gets upside down. So new form, therefore ed, that is elasticity of demand, is equal to change in quantity upon Q multiplied by price upon change in price. I hope the content is clear till here. Now what is change in Q? How we need to find it out? Change in Q means the difference between original quantity and the new quantity. Okay, whatever the ratio will be there. Suppose original quantity ratio is 50 and Q1, the new quantity ratio is 80. So you need to minus this. What will be the answer? 80 minus 50, what will be the answer? 30. Yes, Jigna, exactly correct. So this 30 is your change in Q. Moving ahead, same with change in price. Now, whatever the new prices are, that you cannot take it as price, right? So change in price also you need to find out the difference between original price and the new price. Suppose the original price is rupees 20, okay, and the new price is rupees 10. So what will be your answer? The difference between 20 and 10 is, yes, Joel, Aditya, 10. So this will be your delta P. Moving ahead, this content from this topic, this entire chapter is very important from the examination point of view. Okay, students. Moving ahead now. Original price is P. New price is also P is equal to 25. They have written it over here. Okay. Original quantity demand is 10 and the new quantity demand is 20. You need to find out the change in Q. What is change in Q? What is change in Q? Waiting for your response. 1. Yes, Joy. Other students also need to reply. What is the change in price? What is change P? What will be your answer? 5. Exactly correct. Now you need to put this numerical variable into the formula. Okay. Before that, you need to explain as if I did now. Then we will ED is equal to delta Q upon Q. So delta Q, what you will do? Write over here 1 upon 1 upon, waiting for your response, 1 upon 10. Okay. Here we, okay. So 1 upon 10, 20 is the original price and 5 is the change in price. Once we solve this equation, ED is equal to 0.4 and ED is less than 1. That is why if ED is less than 1, which type it is? Which type it is? Which types of price elasticity it is? Waiting for your response. If ED is less than 1, then which type of price elasticity of demand? Yes, Joel, correct. Other students waiting for your response. I want each and everyone to answer. If you don't understand this thing, Jigna, only one word you have written. No, Jigna, incorrect. Jigna, it's incorrect. Okay. Uh, Wait, auto correction. Let me smart recognition. I'll switch it off. If ED is equal to infinite, what does it means? Type. Preeti, you can write it down again. Which type it is? Jigna, together you need to write. Yes, Joy, correct. Because other students are also answering your whatever you're writing is going up. Okay. Other students, I am waiting for your response. If ED is equal to infinite, which type of price elasticity of demand it is? elasticity it is? Wrong, Niranjan. If ED is equal to infinite, which type it is? I'm asking for this question now. Can you see my white screen? Whiteboard is visible to you all? Yes, so just correct. Joel, even you said it correctly. Jigna, correct. Others, it is perfectly elastic demand. Okay. Now I am going to draw two figures, figure A and figure B. From this you need to identify which one is correct diagram, which is the correct diagram of the first one. Okay, it's just a rough drawing. Which one is the correct one, A or B? If A is correct, A. Okay, Joy, you can't see the board. Come back to the screen then. I'll stop share and I'll again share the screen. Okay, now the screen is visible, Joy. Yes, Jigna, answer is correct. Now is the screen visible? Okay, again I'm going to tell you. Aniket, is the screen visible? Niranjan, Aniket. If ED is equal to infinite, which type of elastic, this topic is very important and now also again I'm telling you all. If is equal to infinite, which type it is? Which type of price elasticity it is? Okay, which diagram is correct? New diagram this is now. A. Yes, Joy, it is correct. Second one. This quick recap is very important for us to know each and everything. If ED is equal to 1, which type it is? If ED is equal to 1, which type it is? New question now, Niranjan, Aniket. If ED is equal to 1, correct, Niranjan and Aniket. Yes, it is called as unitary elastic demand. Now tell me which diagram, this particular thing, slope, demand curve slope is called as what? Demand slope is what? Demand slope is known as what? The slope of demand curve is dash. The slope of demand curve is dash. Correct, Joy? Other students? No, Niranjan? See, you all will lose marks, huh? We need to seriously take this topic. Joy is correct. Other students, I'm waiting for your responses. ED is equal to 1. The demand curve is known as dash. The slope of demand curve is dash. Yes, Ojas. Only one word you have written, two word it is having. Yes, Ojas, correct. It is, Joy and Ojas said it correctly. It is called as, yes, Jigna, correct. Aniket, Niranjan, giving you one more chance. Okay. It is called as rectangular hyperbola. Now tell me which type it is. ED is equal to 0. Which type it is? Which type it is? Jigna incorrect. Joel Ojas correct. Preeti what perfectly? Yes, Preeti correct. Other students? Yes, Aniket Niranjan correct. Jigna correct. It is perfectly an elastic demand because whatever the price will be, demand won't change. Which diagram is correct? A or B? Which diagram is correct? Yes, Joy, correct. Joy, incorrect. Niranjan, correct. Yes, Ojas, correct. Jigna, wrong. This is demand curve. Okay, demand curve is inelastic, whatever the price will be. Let's move ahead now. Now, ED is more than one. Which type it is? If ED is more than one, which type it is? Which type it is? Jigna, unitary means what? Same. If ED is more than one, then which type it is? Correct, Joel. Preeti. Wrong, Ojas. It is relatively elastic demand. This slope of demand curve is dash. Demand curve has dash slope. Demand curve has dash slope. Correct, Preeti. Joel, correct. Correct. Jigna. Wrong, Ojas. Girish, correct. It is a flatter slope because over here, whatever ratio we will get will be always more than one. That means 2, 5, etc. Okay. A slight change in price will lead to more than proportionate change in quantity demand. Next, ED is less than 1. Which type it is? Which type it is? ED is less than 1. Relatively inelastic demand. Yes, correct, Joel, Preeti, Ojas, Jigna. Okay. So over here, dash slope. Demand curve has dash slope. Good, Aniket Niranjan. Steeper slope. Yes, correct. Whatever ratio we will get after calculation will be always less than 1. That means it will be till 0. It will be from 0.1 to 0.9 somewhere. Okay. Slight change in price will lead to less than proportionate change in quantity demand is called as relatively inelastic demand. Now, you all will tell me in ratio and proportionate method, sorry, in ratio and proportionate method, We got this answer 0.4. So which type of price elasticity of demand it is? Which type of price elasticity of demand it is? Correct, Joy. Other students waiting for your response. Good, Preeti. Correct. Yes, Niranjan Aniket. Good. Others? Correct, Girish. It is relatively inelastic demand. Now I hope that you understood the content. Further also we are going to have, I'm going to ask you such kind of questions. So be present and answer me correctly. Okay? Yeah. Total expenditure method. In this method, what is this method? This method we calculate expenditure. How much expenses did happen at the original price? What was the expenditure once the price changed? In this, we have only three types. Answer will, after seeing the answer, we can place that answer in three different types of price elasticity of demand. First one is relatively elastic. Second is unitary elastic. Third one is relatively inelastic. इलास्टिक मीन्स जस्ट इमेजिन, इलास्टिक मतलब वो स्ट्रेच होता है, बहुत लंबे तक स्ट्रेच होगा वो, मतलब वो बहुत लंबे तक स्ट्रेच होगा तो उसका ऑटोमेटिकली आंसर क्या होगा? मोर देन वन. जो चीज स्ट्रेच होती ही नहीं है, स्टेबल है, वो होगा वन. जो स्ट्रेच होती है बट थोड़ी कम स्ट्रेच होती है, इट विल बी लेस देन वन. इन इलास्टिक बिल्कुल भी नहीं हो रहा है. ठीक है, सो लेट्स मूव अहेड नाउ. In this method, here the total expenditure refers to the total product price. Okay, total product price and quantity demanded. What is product over here? Product is a mathematical term over here. It means multiplication. It means multiplication. So product means what? Multiplication. Previous method, we were dividing the concept and we were getting the answer. In this method, to via total expenditure method, we need to multiply price and quantity demanded. If we multiply this, whatever answer we will get, that will be a expenditure. That will be a expenditure. Okay. Total expenditure is equal to price into quantity demanded. Alfred Marshall has given the following proportions. First one is relatively elastic demand will be more than one. Answer where we will get more than one. Unitary elastic demand equal to one. Exactly after multiplication or after seeing the answer, we will dividing the things, we will get one. Okay, same. No difference between previous and the now. Okay. Expenditure method is clear. If yes, then tap on tick mark in your chat box. Aditya, you have any doubt? Niranjan, do you have any doubt? Aniket, Niranjan, Aniket, Muskan. Okay, so let's move ahead now. This is the table. Now A represents the first type, relatively elastic. Okay, relatively elastic demand. Second one is relatively unitary elastic demand, and third one is relatively inelastic demand. Okay, we will see the ratios now. Now first column is of price, second is of quantity demand. Okay, now you will tell me what is the total outlay. Now 10 at in the A situation, A type, original price is P. Original price is P. Okay. This is original quantity demanded at rupees 10. Quantity demanded in unit is rupees is 6 units. So 10 into 6, what will be your answer? 10 into 6, what will be your answer? 60. Okay, just keep this thing in mind. Okay, 20, when price increased to 20, quantity demand decreased from 6 to 5. So when you multiply 25s are what? Yeah. So over here is 60. So your origin, your new expenditure is more or less than the original one. Your new expenditure is more or less. Yes, Ojas. Exactly correct. Yes, Jigna. It is more. Yes, Joy. Correct. It is more. That is why this type of elasticity, which type it is? Which type it is? Yes, Muskan. Which type it is? Which type of price elasticity will it be? If relatively elastic demand. Good, Ojas. Good, Joy. Okay. See, your answer is correct. Is more than one, and this one is relatively elastic. Now at B situation, at original price is 30. At that 30 rupees, quantity demanded in units were 4. So 30 into 4 is what? Yes, Jigna, correct. Okay. Other students? Yes, Niranjan, Joel, 120. At 40 rupees, a price increased from 30 to 40. At 40 rupees, quantity demand decreased to 3. So 40 into 3 is what? 40 into 3 is what? 120. Now our original expenditure was 120. Our new expenditure is 120. When we divide, what will be the answer? It will be 1. So which type it is, students? Which type it is? Unit, yes, good Jigna Preeti. It is unitary, yes, good Joy. It is unitary elastic demand. Good Niranjan and Aniket. Joel, Ojas, you didn't reply. Now this is a third situation. At rupees 50, which is the original price. Okay, Joy. At this, quantity demand was 2. So 50 into 2 is what? 52 is a Joy correct, Niranjan, Jigna correct. It was 100. Preeti, Girish, other students, Manish. Okay. Now price increased from 50 to 60. As price increase, quantity demand will automatically decrease because it shows inverse relationship between price and quantity demand. So 61s are 60. So our original expenditure is more than the new one or less than the new one? Original I'm asking. That is why I did confusion over here, Ojas. Our original, yes, our original expenditure is more. That is why ED as a new expenditure, new total expenditure is less. So ED is less than 1. ED is less than 1. You can see over here. Everything got correct now? You were able to identify? Yes. Any doubt now? Yes, relatively inelastic demand. Now, do you have any doubt? Okay. Chalo, let's move ahead. Okay, good. Good, Girish, Niranjan. Third one is point or geometric method. In point and geometric method, what will happen? Over here, now we got to know formula. We wanted to find out total expenditure. We were able to find it out. We wanted to find out percentage method. We were able to find it out. Now, what Marshall is telling over here now, this is okay. We will have variables. We will be able to find it out, the ratio. What will happen if we are having diagram? Only diagram is given, only graphical representation is given to y'all like this. Okay, this is the demand curve D. How will you be able to find it out? No, right? For this particular situation, we have not got any kind of formula. Okay, for this particular there is one solution. We need to use point method or geometric method. Point for graphical identification, we need to use point method or geometric method. What is the formula for it? What is the formula for it? Point elasticity of demand, that is represented as ED, is equal to lower segment of demand curve below a given point upon upper segment of demand curve above the given point. Oh, just give me a minute, okay? Here in this point method, we have two different types. First one is linear, second one is non-linear. What is linear? Wait. Linear means this is the y-axis, this is x-axis. Here we measure. On y-axis, what do we measure, students? On y-axis, what do we measure? Okay, Ojas, no issues. Yes, price. Good, Niranjan. And on x-axis, what do we measure? Good, Jigna. On x-axis, quantity demanded. Very good. Very good. Now, this line. What is this line? This line is DD, demand curve. Okay. Now, if at this point we need to measure, at this point we need to measure, this point we need to measure, okay, to measure elasticity of demand, then this is called as linear. This is called as linear method. Lower segment upon upper segment. Lower segment, suppose I want to find out this particular point. What I will do, I will divide the ratio of this part with this. We will have the numerical as well. First, understand what is linear. This is linear. They will give you demand curve. They will give you points. You have to apply the formula, lower segment from a given point upon the upper segment, okay, from a given point. Now, what is non-linear? Non-linear, again, we will have XY axis. They will give you demand curve like this. What you need to do? You need to draw the demand curve. And where there is intersecting, at that particular point, you need to find out. Okay, you need to draw this. And this is your intersecting point. Whatever ratio will be there, same formula. Lower segment upon upper segment. This is up and this is down. This is down, right? And this is up. Clear? Non-linear means what? They won't give you this demand line. They will give you this. You yourself need to draw. Okay? Wherever the point is intersecting. Okay? Please tell me the concept is clear or not. Linear and non-linear, we will have this graphical representation as well with numerical thing. Till now you understood the concept? Okay, sure. Because again, I'm going to ask you the question, bombard with the question. So that time I don't want any type of queries, right? Okay, let's continue. Okay, let us continue now. First one is linear demand curve. When the demand curve is linear, it is a straight line. It is a straight line. We extend the demand curve to meet y-axis at point A and x-axis as at point B. Price elasticity of demand curve at x-axis is 0 because after this particular point, we will not be able to move ahead, right? If we will go ahead, then that is a negative thing. But we can go up. We can go up. Okay. So that is infinite. Sorry for the diagram. Elasticity of demand will be different at each point. Over here it will be different, over here it will be different, here it will be different. Okay, so basically this is your diagram. Okay, this is your diagram of linear demand curve. On y-axis we measure price, on x-axis we measure quantity demand. Okay, at this particular point ED is infinite because we can go beyond this. At B point ED is equal to 0. It is perfectly inelastic because we can't go beyond this point. Okay, this is the middle term. ED is equal to 1. P is middle. Okay, P1 less than 1, P2 more than 1. Relatively elastic, relatively inelastic, unitary elastic, perfectly inelastic, perfectly elastic. Okay, moving ahead now. This concept is clear. We will take now different example. Now, for example, you need to find out, we will assume, we will assume that AB demand curve is of 8 centimeter. Students, AB demand curve is of 8 centimeter. We are going to assume it. At point P, at point P, what will be the unit? 4. Exactly correct. P1, if this is 0, if this is 4, what will be the P? P1, what will be P1? Total is 8. P is 4. What will be P1? This point is 0. 0 dash 4. So what will be this point? What will be your P1? What will be your P1? Students, I'm waiting. This concept is very easy. I'm waiting for your response. Overall, you need to calculate now. What will be the P1? If you didn't understood, please raise your hand so that I will be able to know. Okay. Now again, I will tell you. No, Preeti, you didn't understood my question. Okay. Put your hand, lower your hands. If A, B is equal to 8, this total length, this total demand curve is equal to 8. Huh? What will be the middle one? If AB is equal to 8, what will be your P? What will be your P? Niranjan correct, Joy correct, Aditya correct, Jigna correct. P will be 4. Okay. I won't give you any kind of hint now. At point B, this point B is 0. Point P is 4. Point A is 8. Point A is 8. So what will be point P1? Correct, Joy. Niranjan, retry. Niranjan, P1 I'm asking about. Correct, Aditya. Correct. P1 will be 2. P1 will be 2. Okay. Why it is 2? Now I will tell you. This is 0. Entire length is of 8. Obviously 2 table we will apply. P1 will be 2. P will be 4. Now tell me what will be P2. Now tell me what will be a P2. Correct, Aditya? What will be a P2? Correct, Joel? Other students? Jigna, it is upside. Down, P1 is 2. P1 is 2. P2 will be what? P is 4. Preeti correct? Jigna correct? Yes. This will be 6. Aniket, Niranjan, did you all understand? Other students, those who are present during in the session, did you all understood? Okay. So total AB demand curve is 8. At point A, we have 8. At point B, we have 0. P1 is 2. P is 4. P2 is P2 is 6. We got the ratio of it now. Now further we will do. Now you will apply the formula. What you all will do? You will apply the formula. Okay. The formula for calculating it is lower segment of demand curve below a given point upon upper segment of demand curve above a given point. Okay. So one more important thing is that after this point is U. Under this point is L. Okay, this P1 till PB we have from P to PB we have L. This one is middle. Okay. Now if we want to calculate P, we will apply the formula lower segment. Lower segment means which we will take P1 we will take, or PB we will take PB. Upper segment what will come now, you all will tell me. Upper segment what will come? Divided by upper segment. If we are finding out the ratio of P, lower segment upon upper segment. PB is the lower segment. What will be our upper segment? What will be? Very good, Aditya. Yes, PA. Okay. That means 4 upon 4. Lower segment over here we have 4. Over here we have 4. Right. We will divide this. What will be our answer? 1. Which type it is? Which type it is? Which, if ED is equal to 1, which type of elasticity of demand it is? Which type of elasticity of demand it is? Very good, Preeti. Unitary elastic demand. Moving ahead now. Good, Joel. Moving ahead. Okay. Now we need to find out P1. We need to find out. Oh, we need to find out P1. For P1, lower segment is P1B upon P1B upon P1B upon, very good Niranjan, Preeti, P1, good Aditya, P1A. Now what is PB? P1B is what? If we split this particular thing, it will be at, yes, very good Aditya. At P1B we have 2 upon 2 upon 2 upon 6. I'm not able to write. 2 upon 6. Once we divide it, what will be the answer? What will be the answer? It will be in point. 2 divided by 6. 2 divided by 6 we have to do. Very good, Niranjan and Aniket. Aditya, you can try it once again. 2 divided by 6. Yes, Girish. Answer is correct. 0.33. 0.33, that means it is less than 1. It is less than 1. So that is why it is relatively waiting for your answer. Relatively inelastic demand. Yes, correct. Now we need to find out P2. We need to find out P2. So P2 is equal to P2B upon P2 P2A. Correct? P2B is 6 and P2A is 2. 3 is the answer. Elasticity of demand is more than 1. So it is relatively elastic demand. I hope that thing is clear till now. Over here, if you divide, it is infinite. Over here, it is anything divided by 0, we will get 0. So the answer is, this point is perfectly in elastic demand. Perfectly elastic demand, because we can go beyond this, we can't go under it. Okay. This point is clear. If yes, then please tick yes. Non-linear demand curve. Non-linear demand curve, I already told you, we won't have linear line. When the demand curve is non-linear, that is convex to origin, measure price elasticity of demand, we have to draw tangent AA, like I told you. Okay. Suppose this is your XY axis. They have given you convex to the origin. What you have to do now, students? What you have to do? To find out the point, what you have to do? You have to draw the tangent line. You have to draw the they will give you this convex. Okay. You have to draw the tangent line AB. This is A, this is B. And then you have to mark the equilibrium point. Okay. This is price, this is quantity demanded, this is your equilibrium point. You have to find out this particular point. So upper segment, and this is your lower segment. Lower segment divided by upper segment is your formula. Okay. If it is at middle, it is unitary elastic. If it is above E, it is relatively elastic. If it is in the lower segment, it is relatively inelastic. We don't have numerical over here. So ED is equal to 1 at point EB divided by EA is equal to 1. Okay. If we have point over here, then EB is more than okay. Is the thing clear? Look at this diagram. You have to look at this diagram. This point is exactly at the center, right? So is equal to 1. If you have at this particular point, upper segment, ED is more than 1. If you have at this particular point, ED is less than 1. Formula same. Lower segment divided by upper segment. Is the thing clear? or you want me to explain it again? If yes, then tick mark. See, EB is more than 1, more than EA, then it is relatively elastic demand. If EB is less than EA at this particular point, then it is in elastic demand. You have to revise the concept. Okay. Factors influencing the elasticity of demand is self-study. Determinants, this particular you should know part is also for self-study. Importance of elasticity of demand is also for self-study part. And we ended over here now. Question answer revision already we did. Evaluation part. Thank you.